Salute, 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 everybody. Welcome to Switch Your Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I just came to kick it for a while to get a couple of news clips out and check on my subs as always. Hey, Thankful. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Thank you, Thankful. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you. Like I said, just coming to kick it and put out some news clips and stuff like that. And it's also a story I do want to cover today. I'm gonna find it. Give me a second. Let everybody get up in here. Hmm. Hey, madam. Hey, love. What's going on? How y'all doing today? I hope all is well with y'all. Okay, I got that one. Got that one. Oh, guys, I got so many stories to cover, Chad. Hey, sister Belinda. Hey, Regina's sister. Hey, Gina, my sister, my riders. How y'all doing today? I do want to talk about this. Um, yeah, let me talk about this one. Let me let y'all get in here. Hey, Gail. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing? Is everybody feeling okay? And I will be back live at 5, and then I'm going to do my all-nighter. I'm going to change my all-nighter a little bit because Shank's not going to go live tonight. He kind of left it for me, and so I'm not going to start late. I'll probably start at like 9-ish, 9:30-ish. But if not that time, 10 for sure. First, I want to talk about the story of hey Melanie, how you doing? Hey Tammy. Okay. We always talk about the kids. Hey Tug, what's going on? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We always, talk about justice for the kids and we talk about different stories and Top Flight always sends me stories to cover. She's my go-to most of the time and things like that when it comes to seeing what's going on with these kids and why it's happening and different things like that. And this is another story out of hold on. Let me pull it up on here. Hey Quarter for Studios. Hey Rob. How y'all doing? Okay, here we go. This story kind of broke my heart. This is up in Ohio as well. I want you guys to kind of hear it with me. Let me get it going. Good, good.
Now that the details of this story are not only difficult to share with you, they are very difficult to hear. Investigators say this child was forced to participate in ice baths as punishment before his death. Let's get right to News 5 investigator Scott Knoll joining us now live outside Akron Police Headquarters with more on this disturbing story. Scott.
Yeah, Akron police say that boy was forced into at least 2 of those ice baths, one lasting about 45 minutes. And investigators say the man behind it all was babysitting the boy. Inside the South Ball Street home where it happened, we could see someone putting blankets over the windows today. But there was no hiding what investigators say happened here Saturday from court records. According to police, this man, 23-year-old Anthony McCants, was in charge of 12-year-old Jadago Taylor. Police say McCants was known to the boy's family, possibly even a stepbrother. That's when something happened around 5 a.m. Investigators say as punishment, McCants forced Taylor to participate in ice baths. According to court records, the first one lasted about 45 minutes, with short breaks of push-ups and other physical activity. Then, another round in the afternoon. The big question, why?
We don't know what led up to it, but I don't know of anything that, there's no circumstance that a child could do, right? Because kids are kids and do what kids do. I don't know if there's anything a child could do to warrant this outcome.
Police say after the second round of punishment, Taylor began to vomit and seize. That's when someone in the house called 911, saying his 12-year-old brother needed help. Taylor was rushed to the hospital where he died. According to court records, his core temperature was 74 degrees. For context, doctors say hypothermia sets in when body temperatures drop below 95. McCants faces felony child endangerment charges. His bond set at $500,000. Police say so far there's no indication McCants intended to kill the boy.
Good people make bad decisions. This is very tragic in the worst way. But I've had people describe to me like this guy was an exceptional young man.
Police say additional charges are possible in this case. A lot of that will depend on autopsy results. Tonight, we're told those results are still pending. Live in Akron, I'm News 5 Invest.
How was not taken? He didn't mean to intend to unalive the boy, but yet 3 times a day, you're forced to take an ice bath. I don't know about y'all, but sister, love you. I can't even, we can't take showers in cold. I know I can't, let alone ice baths 3 a day. But he didn't mean to intend to unalive this young man. That's torture. Nobody's gonna be able to tell me different that that's not torture. Correct? How you doing? Yeah, he was forced to take 3 ice baths a day. It surprises me how people let anybody do their children, if I must say, harm their children. Like the lady we did the story on, don't forget we did that story on down in Florida, Jamaria Sessions, where she even unleashed a 100-pound Rottweiler on the baby, and the father participated. Y'all don't think this 12-year-old ever complained about what was happening? I don't think he liked taking those kind of baths. And then I always say, why do they pick specific children to target? Hey, Miss B, welcome. Welcome, love. Y'all welcome Miss B from the UK. Welcome. Yeah. I mean, what's happening in our communities where we're just allowing someone, was he jealous of the father? Why did he pick that specific child? Why did he didn't do the other children like that? What else happened to this child? Hey, London, good interview over there, love. Okay. The body can't take that kind of cold. That's brutal. Come on. I'm going to make some soup with some chicken later before I go live. Come on, Gina. I can't take those kind of temperatures, let alone a 12-year-old. And this was 3 times a day. This was 3 times a day that this 12-year-old had to endure that. Do I think that was the only punishment? Always London. Always. Do I think that's the only thing that happened? Not at all. Not at all. I just want to know why it's happening so much. And then the lamest excuses. Hey, Alicia, my sister, my rider. The most lamest excuses are they're getting away with it. This is why it's happening to me. Nothing's being done. We're just unaliving kids and like, I didn't mean to unalive them. What you mean? Those kind of Regina. Sis says, yeah, the body shuts down and more than likely due to too much more ugly treatment. Absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. That's it. That's all. That's all it was. That's all it was. That's sad when you got a phone full of stories that don't make sense, don't add up, get worse and worse as you read. The unaliving. Let me do this one as well. Give me a second, guys.
She's adopted these 7 kids. They make YouTube videos. I want to get out of this house. Her mom's did foster care for 14 years. She's adopted these 7 kids. They make YouTube videos. What's the longest she's gonna make you go without eating? 4 days.
I'm gonna
4 days. No food and no water. No food, no water. Oh, I'm not a better family.
You want to have a better family?
With over 800,000 subscribers at its height in 2019, the Fantastic Adventures YouTube channel is a showcase of wholesome family entertainment in the digital age. But as Michelle Hobson's adopted kids paint a picture of perfect childhood joy in front of the cameras, they are mercilessly subjected to cruelty and sadism behind the scenes. It's only when one brave child comes forward with the truth that police realize the monstrous horrors that have unfolded in this house of misery. Names of all children in this video have been changed to protect their identity. On March 13th, 2019, police in Maricopa, Arizona field a call from a young woman named Megan who wants to file a disturbing report. Please note that all suspects charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Okay, and what did you want to report? Child. I guess that sums it up the best. Okay, is your child involved, or is it something that you know that's happening to someone else's child, or? It's my sibling. It's my little sibling. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's my family.
With these dreadful words hanging in the air, the dispatcher arranges for officers to meet with Megan and her sister Jordan outside the Maricopa Police Department. The responding officers quickly realize that this isn't just about one child.
So it's 9 people in the home. 2 are 2 adult brothers, and 7 are foster kids. Her mom's.
And I want to read the title because I did just get into it. Cops discover 7 trapped in a YouTuber's house of horrors. So she's a YouTuber, guys. 7 kids trapped. How do you be a blogger and you got this shit going on in your home? In quarter, that sounds good. That sounds good. I bought my tambourine. Okay, Bridget, we had church yesterday, love. We had church yesterday. You missed the service. You got to go back and catch the service from yesterday. But you're always welcome, Bridget. Hey, Barbara, my sister. But how you a content creator, y'all, and this is what's happening in your home. This is what's happening. Hey, Renee. She said, I heard. Girl. Sounds like Queen Ob did. And you know, that went on forever. Her story, quarter, when you look at it, all the violence. See, we're allowed to promote that. Think about it. When you go on this app, you see so much negativity. We are allowed to promote bashing each other, doing the most horrendous shit to each other. That's what it was set up to be for us. And that's to me. That's my opinion. But we got a content creator, and they said they pushed the deacon over. Child. They kicked us off the church van and everything. Well, she don't got none of them kids. Church really did everyone pray. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I heard about Queen Op. I did. Oh, she lost the baby too? Poor children was like, what is going on in people's minds that they're not reporting what they see or heard? Come on, Regina, they couldn't have. I went on Bigo. Yeah, that his story was something else. I don't even want to touch that one. What else might he be hiding happen? We great here, but she's a blogger.
9 people in the home. 2 are 2 adult brothers and 7 are foster kids. Her mom's did foster care for 14 years. She's adopted these 7 kids.
Megan explains that her adopted sister, Stacy, has made some shocking allegations. With cell phone in hand, Megan began recording Stacy's story of brutal mistreatment at the hands of her adoptive mother, Michelle Hobson.
And when was this video taken?
Today.
Today. Okay.
Where she locks me in a room with only underwear and tank top. Doesn't give me a blanket. What kind of room? A closet, and it's a tile floor. No carpet, just an empty green room. How many other people sit in there? 3.
You have rooms in your house?
So my mom's bedroom, we could sleep on.
She like got all the carpet ripped out and put in tile for it. Is there a walker or something?
They said one of the kids was brave. One of the kids spoke out. One of the kids got brave. Sound familiar? Don't it sound like one of the kids from the Naziah Harris case that got brave and took the stand and told about all the inappropriate things that was going on at Frank's shop? She was brave, but the trauma that baby's gonna have to endure, the guilt as she gets older, to think, damn, could I save my cousin's life if I would have spoke sooner? It's gonna be a lot of guilt there. You know, hey Wilma, welcome. And in this, the YouTuber kids, she adopted 7 kids. She adopted 7 kids. Hey Novi, hey Nick. Okay. My poo. And she said the baby wasn't scared, but now she has to have counseling. But what can we do to make our kids start speaking out when they're in these situations? Locking the kids in the closet, not feeding them for days. What made that one strong enough to speak out of 7 children? Yeah, she adopted them. She adopted them.
She like got all the carpet ripped out and put in tile for it. Is there a walker or something?
She doesn't let us eat for at least 2 days straight. Or maybe more. No food and no water? No food, no water. Do you get to go to the bathroom whenever you need? No. Once I had to pee and she locked me in that room because I did something and I peed myself because she didn't let me go. So she like that? Yes. That's why she gives everyone the clothes, because she knows that they're going to pee.
As vile as her stories have been thus far, she will spill even more dark secrets before the night is through. For now, however, the police have heard enough to know that a home visit, at the very least, will be necessary. They talk with Jordan and Megan, who are Michelle's biological children, to get a description of their mother.
They also said she used pepper spray as punishment. Could y'all imagine? Think about it. Hey, Dolly. It's hard to get them to speak out if they don't have anyone to protect them. Kids are people too. I think people forget sometimes. But I felt she spoke out because she knew her dad would have her back. That baby was tired of being mistreated, like really too many cover-ups. God gave that baby the strength to speak and be brave. Absolutely. This is so damn sad. What the fuck? Hey Dior. I gotta get it for you. I gotta get the information for you, Quarter, because I don't know. I'm hearing this for the first time. But one of the comments said she used pepper spray to torture them because it doesn't leave a mark on them. Very calculating and evil. I thank these officers for caring about these kids. They said, I'm so glad they arrested her sons too. How can you just turn a blind eye to that? There's no excuse. The child said, she said, one of the things said, I believe the kid in the first place, but her crying, she's gonna smell my breath when the cop told her to have something to eat. So when the baby told the police everything and he told her to eat something, she said, no, she's gonna smell my breath. It is, Dolly. Okay, and I'll share it outside my community wall. Confidence has to be ensured upon our children. Without confidence that they feel they have no voice. And let me get into this story. Let's finish listening and break it down some.
Biological children to get a description of their mother.
White female, she's brown hair.
About how tall?
She's probably 5'8". Yeah. They make YouTube videos.
That's their shoulder.
That's all of the mother's income and everything.
Indeed, Michelle's adopted children are stars of the sort. The family began shooting videos in 2017 after admiring the success of other kid-oriented channels. With a variety of playful skits featuring the children, the Fantastic Adventures channel is a smash hit by 2019, attracting more than 800,000 subscribers. Police must now find out if these seemingly joyful young YouTube stars were being tormented behind the cameras the entire time. They head out to the Hobson residence with no real certainty about how Michelle will react, or what kind of dreadful sights they might encounter beyond this front door.
Hi, how's it going? Donnie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name's Officer Bernice. I'm with the Maricopa Police Department. Okay. We need to do a welfare check in this house.
Oh, okay. Do you?
Yeah, I do. Where is your mother at?
She's upstairs. You want to go get her?
Yeah, I can go up there and get her.
Okay. Mom. Mom.
But you're a YouTube content creator.
Okay, can I go up there with you? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Stand up. Sorry. What? It's a police department.
What?
Hi,
Can I help you?
I'm Donnie.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to turn off the light on you. What's going
You
on?
mind if I talk to you?
Yeah.
You want to take the kids downstairs?
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys.
Okay.
The sad version.
I need you to go downstairs. Is there any other kids up here?
Yeah, I gotta go
There's some in there. Okay.
Come on.
I think so, Wilma.
Yeah, hi. How's it? Whatever you want to do.
Hold on.
With 7 kids running around this expansive house, wrangling them all downstairs is no easy trick. As the cop goes to assist with the task, he
Right.
notices something that matches what Stacy said in her video.
Hold on. Watch it. Yeah. Hey, I need you guys to go downstairs, okay?
Okay.
Is there anybody else in this room? Come on, no, leave him alone. Come here. Come here, buddy.
I'm getting dressed.
Oh, you had a pull-up on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go up. Okay.
While the officer tries to round up one last straggler, Michelle appears to grow uneasy with him being in her bedroom.
Can you come here, sir? Sir?
She don't want him in that room. Talk to them kids.
Sir?
Shit.
They'll gather them downstairs.
With the children accounted for, the officer explains to Michelle why the police are in her house. Her reaction is not one of shock. Her reaction is not one of shock.
All right, here's what's going on. Okay. Like I told you, my name's Donnie. All right. To be quite frank with you, we received a report of child neglect. All right. So that's why we're here. Okay. From who? Right now, that's a relative. Okay.
She know they can't tell her that.
What's gonna happen? Okay.
What's going on?
We need to interview all of your kids separately. Okay.
Okay.
And we need to conduct a search of the residence. Now, we could do these two ways, okay? Legally, you're entitled to
Can
your...
you come back here? Because I don't see a warrant or anything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, you're fine. We're making sure there's nobody else in the house, okay?
With Michelle concerned that her rights are being violated, the officer assures her that they are going to do this by the book.
Constitutionally, you have your rights. One of the ways that we are entitled to do this is with your consent, okay? So it means you give me your consent to go through your house and look for any evidence that might be possibly used against you, okay? The other way is that we get a search warrant, and then we go through the residence with
Send them to me, Dior.
Okay? So those are the two options, okay? I would like to speak to the kids freely with your consent. You're not going to be there when this is going on. But again, you also have the right to say, no, you're not going to interview my kids, okay? But right now, we are doing a welfare check on the children. We're going to talk to them, make sure they're okay. There's no bruises, anything like that, okay?
That's
so
good, Alicia.
What do you think about this?
I think we're in the middle of a packing scenario, and my house is trashed because we've got stuff out of everywhere, and I don't approve of you really going through my residence at this particular point in time.
Okay.
So, however, I really approve of that. You could talk to my children. I mean, my children are all safe and...
Okay.
I want to know what the report thing was prior to this.
This won't be the last time that Michelle will request the specific details of the report. But while the police maintain their professionalism, they let her know that she's not in control of this situation.
I would like to talk to one of my daughters because she just started crying and she said she knows that it was
You're not talking to any of your kids.
No,
she knows it was my other she knows it was my adult child who called on me, so I'm wondering why she...
I don't know. But right now, you're not going to have any access to your kids.
With Michelle detained in the upstairs living area, the officers are free to ask questions to the adopted children downstairs.
Do you like living here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have fun here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to your head there? You were in a fight with your brother? Yeah. What are the diapers on the floor for? You got small kids here? Yeah. Don't take water too fast. You're gonna get hiccups.
But y'all noticed that when he said, you're not in control of this, she said, you can talk to my oldest two kids. No, ma'am. He didn't get a call about the oldest two kids. He got a call about them 7 adopted. See, that's why I be talking about with this adoption agency. That's why I don't call CPS. We still trying to figure out why Annette Harris was able to adopt. We still trying to figure out how dumb Dorothy was able to adopt Kimani. Or how those people was able to get Kimani and Dorothy was able to get custody. Don't nothing spark your horizons to say, how is this possible? Don't forget about the lady and her husband with the kids, the black kids that they turned into slaves and put them out there in that hut in the back, in the shed. Y'all get what I'm saying? What happened? How do this keep happening? Mistreating kids that's not yours just to get a check. Starving them, macing them. Now, I don't know if y'all ever got maced, but my God, this is going on with these babies.
You don't?
As the cops begin the process of finding out what's been happening in this home, Michelle continues to demand answers.
It is.
Can I talk to the senior staff, Lieutenant?
I don't see why not. If you really need to talk to her right now.
Sure thing.
See what T.
Hey, Robert Hutchinson from Shark Tank. I
I'm a huge fan.
See what, T? You see me something?
Exactly what the complaints were. We got a call about a possible child. But what type of child? It's a call. Okay. I can't.
She know damn well they can't tell her why she keep asking them who did it. Abuse is abuse. Remember, Dumb Dorothy said that to the news people. What they consider abuse? Bitch, abuse. Dumb Dorothy. We'll talk about her later. But what kind of abuse do you? What do they consider abuse? Abuse is everything: verbally, sexually, mentally, physically, emotionally. Even as adults, we can pass it. But no, the kids keep getting passed down. Yeah, he's a rider. He's a rider, China. Don't come over with that. Hey, Chandra, what's going on? It's right in front of you, man. Latif, for the sake of it, it keeps getting sicker. But this was a blogger. I agree. I agree. How many of y'all agree with what Alicia just said? They need to be constantly checking in on these foster families and have stricter rules to be able to adopt, especially adopting. She said, I'm late. Nah, you just getting in. You on time. I ain't been talking about too much or nothing. They are. Hey, Minnie, sis, what's going on? Man, look. She worried about who called, though, y'all. She ain't worried about what they about to find. She's worried about these. Who called? Did my daughter call?
I'll tell you that because I didn't take the call, so I don't know who called. But I know based on the call that we need to speak to all the kids. Sure. Okay. Any other questions I can? Not really. I mean, I'm just, I'm shocked. Understandably. So what happens, Michelle, is when we get calls like this, we just don't take a person's word for it. So that's why we come in and we'll want to do an actual check of the kids. Sure. But I don't want to call DCS on you or any other person that I don't know if this is true. I don't know you, right? You know?
Michelle expresses a certain relief that the police aren't going to
Latif said, Ms. Parker, go back to the conversation about the petition to change laws. What does that say? What law? It's already a law that you cannot have a relationship with minors. You're right, Latif. When the man leaves, the kids are not loved and nurtured. We are in court now on abuse from my grandbaby by her mother. If you're asking for that, that means that you don't see any wrong in it. And Latif, you're absolutely right. What I missed. We're just talking about a blogger, a YouTube blogger who adopted 7 children and mistreated them horribly, maced them, didn't feed them for days, and probably her blogs was about being an adopted parent, y'all. Who knows? Because I'm going to dig into this. I want to see what her blogs was about. Now I'm interested to see what she was over there talking about on her channel. And if well better not been about kids. Because I'm reporting the shit. I'm going to tell YouTube why I reported it. Her whole channel needs to come down. If she blogged about kids and being an adoptive mother, that shit needs to come down. Yeah, that's what she wants to know. Who to blame? Hey, Max. Welcome. She said in the parental menu, they insist is on pure bullshit. They lie and scheme to get the kids back if unaliving hasn't taken place. Not often enough are the license not taken. This is crazy. Hey, Crystal. Does this mean the community sees it the same way? I don't think so. I don't think so, Latif. I'm not sure. Look at all this happened. From Naziah to Kamani. Let's talk about the 12-year-old boy who 3 times a day had to take ice baths. Jamaria Sessions. I mean, it's so many others, Latif. Do the community really see it the same way? Mhm. It's so wicked one right here.
Relief that the police aren't going to necessarily call the Arizona Department of Child Services, an organization she's had plenty of contact with over the last few years. Their interventions thus far have accomplished nothing, however, which is why it seems that Stacy, the young girl who recorded the original video, is not completely confident that anything is going to be different this time.
I'm here to help. Okay? I want to make sure nothing happens to you or your brothers or your sisters. Okay? Okay? Do you understand what that means? Okay, what do you think it means?
Need to help people. Like if there's anybody bad, you come save us from them.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Too.
you're fine, baby. You're fine. You want to sit up? You don't have to. You're fine. Here we go. Here. Sit down on this bench. Huh? There we go. Sit down on the bench. All right. Very good. You want to have a better family? I'm sorry.
The young girl desperately hopes that the end of her nightmare has finally come, and when she tells the officer more of what Michelle has done to her, it's clear that salvation has arrived, not a moment too soon.
I know it's really hard to leave at home, but
It's okay.
you know the spray that you use where there's like bad people and stuff?
Yeah.
E-P-P-E-R?
Yeah.
Spray?
Pepper spray? Yeah.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I keep two of those bottles on me.
Okay.
The allegations against Michelle are growing more shocking by the moment, but right now she's more concerned about who is behind this police report in the first place.
That's just a little blonde one down there.
Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, that's my baby. She's always gossiping. She gets it natural, huh?
She, as soon as my son said the police are here and they're coming up the stairs, she starts crying and she goes, I know who it is, I know who it is. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And she goes, it's Jordan, which is one of my adult daughters. Okay. And she has a very big vengeance against me right now. So I cut her off. She did try to contact me and try to say, well, if I want to be a part of her life, blah, blah, blah. I had to jump through these hoops and whatnot.
So your daughter got a vengeance against you is why this young lady is in a closet telling the officers that you pepper sprayed him. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That ain't got nothing to do with your daughter. These babies in this house ain't got nothing to do with your daughter. No, ma'am. I ain't going.
I basically just blocked her. I said, no, I'm fine.
Kimberly, exactly.
I don't need that extra stress in my life of somebody who wishes I was dead and is waiting for their inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Like, she literally, the last time I saw her, she's like, I'm just waiting for the life insurance.
Whatever the truth might be regarding Michelle's relationship with her daughter Jordan, it doesn't change the fact that her other adult daughter, Megan, was every bit as instrumental in getting the cops involved. Of course.
So Latif, explain to us, it's accepted. The babies are being groomed by their community. They failed these kids horribly. For people that may not understand, the babies are being groomed by their communities. Because I feel like the community see things and they don't say anything. I do. So I think they play just as much a part in it as the ones that's doing these things to the child.
Michelle doesn't know that yet and continues to blame Jordan.
She's always threatened to call DCFME because she knows that every parent's worst nightmare is having DCS call on them. She's threatened to make up stuff in the past. She's threatened to, just do all kinds of stuff. I looked at my children wrong. I was teasing them, Right.
But of course, DCS has been out to Michelle's house on many prior occasions.
Every time my brother is on toy and CPS comes, he makes us fight. He's like, you say that good things, not saying that.
Okay. I'm just listening, okay?
You guys saw the video that I was talking to the camera, and my sister Megan was talking to me?
Yep.
It's all true. It's happened. My room upstairs. I want the door closed.
You want this door closed?
Yeah, because you don't hear it.
Okay.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying it.
All right, well, come on in. Yeah, it's pretty tight, but hey, whatever makes you feel safe, okay?
It's hard to leave my phone, but I have to. I don't want you to leave my other sibling. Please.
We're not going to tell them. Can I ask them if everything's okay? Can I tell them anything?
I'm going to tell you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't dinner. She won't let me have dinner. She's gonna please or me and I want to but she's 4 days before.
4 days? You haven't eaten in 4 days.
Not before.
Okay.
Since Michelle started homeschooling the children, things have not been the same. It clearly is not a strict curriculum, however, as Stacy says she's not allowed to do any schoolwork, and Michelle herself tells the police that she mostly focuses on teaching the children life skills because none of them are going to be, quote, rocket scientists. As the officers take in the serious acts of cruelty and neglect that have taken place in this home, Michelle grows impatient once again with the lack of information.
What's your credit card debt balance? If it's 10,
She said, man, the DFS system is corrupt. I had my first child at 15, even though I was young, and I wasn't aware of it at the time, but DFS did a drug her test. It said they found cocaine in his hair. They lied.
Michelle grows impatient once again with the lack of information.
What's going on?
We're talking about a content creator who adopted 7 children only to abuse them, mistreat them, and it's horrific. So, yeah, Janice, so.
So they said you had more questions? You said you were interviewing one last child, so. Yeah. Okay, where we are from here.
Right now, based on some information that we received, we are going to have contact DCF.
Okay, why?
I'm not going to release that information to you. All I can tell you is that there's going to be an investigation. So that's
I know I've ever done this with my child. I spanked the child.
As Michelle complains about the inconvenience of a police investigation, her adopted daughter gives the cops a glimpse at the fear her tyrant mom has instilled in her.
Is there anything in here that you want to eat right now while we're waiting? Seriously, look, you got some chips? You got... No.
Y'all, and she got a pantry full of food. That'd be the crap. Y'all notice any story that y'all do like this, and it's about somebody adopting them kids, it's always a pantry or refrigerators full of food and snacks.
Now listen, don't worry about that. No, she's not. You are not going to talk to mom right now. Okay? Grab a bag of chips. Go ahead, grab a bag of chips. Perfect. Sit down, okay? And look at me. I want to help you.
The realization that this child is too scared of her mom to risk eating a small bag of potato chips is almost unthinkable, but it's clear that Stacy is justified in her fear given what she shared with the officer.
I couldn't stand it.
I know.
You're going to kill me.
It's horrible. It's horrible, baby.
The baby got the chips, y'all. The baby didn't even want to eat the chips. That's how scared the baby is. The cop was like, get the chips. Even after this, y'all, the baby's crying after getting the chips. The baby still don't want to eat these chips. If that's not crazy right there.
This is an allegation the police are already familiar with, as Stacy spoke about it in the original video.
Like just 2 days ago, she said, as I was talking to my brother, he said I was talking to him, and she said she's going to
Time synchronization.
Stacy tells the officer it isn't uncommon for Michelle to use such brutality and threats of violence to keep the children in line.
Literally today, when she got that I woke her up from a nap, and when she woke up from her nap, she said, you guys don't get dinner. I was like, it wasn't me. I didn't wake you up. Which it was, because I wanted dinner. I was hungry. And she was like, well, you don't get dinner. And I started crying about it because I was hungry. Everybody's hungry. And then she was like, if you don't shut up, I'm going to take you into the bathroom and slap your mouth and make sure I cut your lip open. And I'll do it a couple more times to make sure it's nice and deep and make sure it's... I don't know if I still have one.
You're fine, baby. Baby.
I have
It's fine.
all of me because of my special.
Okay. Okay.
I want to get out of this house.
As Stacy tearfully recounts the unspeakable horrors that she and the other children in the house have been subjected to, Michelle maintains the role of the good mother who is being falsely accused.
Gonna search my brain. You're not the same child, right?
As long as it's used for discipline, absolutely, yeah.
What else is it for?
Be survived.
She's laughing, having a jolly good time. Why these allegations by these kids? This baby's in a closet with a police script, eat them chips. He said, get the chips. Her baby got them chips. Her baby held on to the chips. He said, eat the chips. Her baby said, mm-mm. She said she'll cut our lips and mm-mm. This is a content creator that adopted 7 kids and abused them, Janice.
It's not at all clear that Michelle's idea of discipline fits the standard definition.
Why? Because I've actually you recently one. No, it's because I need 2 brothers and daughters. I ran through mom the last time. Right? Yeah.
Did you birth rate?
What usually happens? I can't remember. So tell me just what happened the last time. You get sick. I don't want to say it. It's not saying it. You get me. When you said you get beat when you were in the house. I got a twin for a car. Just that. Anything else? Not really.
While Joseph may not share further details, if any, Stacy is fully willing to describe the hell she and her siblings have been living in.
Literally, she takes his armpit and twists it by her nails. Her nails are even not fixed. And takes it and twists it and spit in their face. She literally takes them out of the spit and spits it in our face. I don't know what kind of mom does this to us. And then she always tells us to lie. I don't want to live with Megan.
As Stacy continues to delve into the horrifying conditions of Michelle's brutal dictatorship, it becomes obvious that food plays a major role in the punishment of the children.
And don't break your heart hearing this baby cry like that. Because it's turned me up. Even though I know that they saved at this point, but are they saved? Or do y'all keep sending them house to house to house? And Foxy, I like what you said. How you said, hey, Mo, I see you come in and my sister Alma. How you said the judges. Because that's what they do. Place them in a home. Just like the sister said about her being 15 and said they found cocaine in the baby's heard of lies. I don't trust them.
And then mom makes up lies. You don't get anything for 4 days straight because you were being horrible. No food, no water. Haven't even had water once today.
Eat these chips. Eat them. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble for eating right now. Okay? I'm telling you to eat these chips. Okay?
I was like, cops don't even care if you're being horrible. They still beat you. And she said on the Bible, it says do not beat kids if they're bad.
It's not true.
And take bath and only beat kids. It says that on the Bible, she said.
I love you, and I don't even know you.
I love you too because you're saving me from this house.
I know, baby.
While her adopted daughter crouches in a pantry eating chips, Michelle seems to realize that it might not look good if the children reveal that they've yet to eat dinner at nearly 10 o'clock at night.
I have leftover pizza and I don't know I was going to get it for my children. You may eat that. Yeah, can the boys do it down there? They just ask them to do that because it's found on me that the older children have not eaten. Okay. Ones that have not eaten. The two babies have eaten.
The news that they will soon be fed appears to come as a surprise to at least one child.
Your brothers are gonna heat up some pizza.
They said, who gets to eat to the police officers when they said they grade feed them pizza. They said, who gets to eat? This is what the kids just asked the police. Who gets to eat? He said, all of y'all.
Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. No matter where.
He's clearly not the only one caught off guard by this surprise meal.
But I think she's feeding you because she's scared that you guys are gonna say you haven't eaten.
That's why we just gave him all that stuff.
I know.
No, everybody knows he's not allowed to eat for a week. Mom was trying to make she's like, you're not eating for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 days, maybe 4 months.
Okay.
Damn.
I can tell how you guys are acting with the fruit snacks and with the drinks because you guys have it. I know that. I know that. I can see it, baby.
I was gonna lie, but I couldn't.
You don't need to lie. Okay? You don't need to lie.
Mm.
In the meantime, even without a search warrant in hand, the cops can't help but notice some odd and perhaps even suspicious sights in the house.
Why is the key in the door here?
Huh?
Why is the key in the door? When we run foster care, we have to basically have everything locked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like any sort of chemical, like any sort of like hardware, vacuum sensor like hardware, like all that locked up.
And now it's a playroom.
The playroom. Wow.
It's a playroom.
Cool.
The police will soon have their search warrant, however, and when they speak to Michelle about the process, she has a sudden epiphany.
If they conduct a search warrant and there's nothing found to support those allegations, then that still benefits you.
What it is now.
And I know that,
What it is now.
okay, but they still have to do their job. So
I know what it is now.
what do you mean by that?
I just think that because of what my daughter knows, I know what it is now because she knows what it is to rain my house. But then I bet you anything. Just know that the only weapon I have in my house is a can of pepper spray, and I have a feeling it has to do with that because my daughter.
Okay.
I've been wrapping my brain all freaking for hours right now, or forever since you guys got here.
I know.
And it's been hurting. I'm like, what have I done?
This is the wonderful thing I've heard.
I don't
It's
know her
perhaps
name
not
yet.
so surprising that Michelle would make a connection between pepper spray and her daughter, considering a story that Stacy told the cops earlier.
My Jordan, you know, Chloe, she came home from work. I haven't seen her in like 4 months. And she came home from work. It was late at night. She was hungry. So she burnt her pizza because she fell asleep on the couch. And so Mom told me to go get the pepper spray and try to pepper spray her in the face. So she ran out of the house with pepper spray on her face.
The DCS should be coming out and they should be taking custody of the kids. Based on the allegations.
She said, why? But not that you pepper sprayed the other little girl for bringing pizza in to work after she gets off work. For what? Because she's hungry?
And they'll be talking to you as well.
Police execute a search warrant on the residence, and it isn't long before they find many troubling things that seem to verify exactly what the children have told them. 2 cans of pepper spray are found in a drawer, precisely matching the description that Stacy gave them earlier in the evening.
It's in her room. She had a black one and a pink one.
Okay.
Take both of me before.
The police also get a good look at the infamous green room upstairs, the isolated prison that Stacy alleges she and her siblings were locked inside for hours, if not longer.
It's a green room. There's a lock on it. He makes me sleep with only underwear and a top on a tile floor. No blankets, no nothing.
According to Michelle and her adult sons, the green room is an innocent place, meant only to be used for special effects sequences in their Fantastic Adventures videos. Police also speak to Michelle's neighbor, who says living next door to 7 young children has not been the experience she would have expected.
I never see those kids outside, ever.
You never see them outside?
No.
Okay.
I'm really afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the only, occasionally I see one of them go over to the mailbox, and that's it.
Okay.
For a family that was so extraordinarily public in some ways, it seems they kept most of their lives hidden behind a closed door.
That's what they do.
All right, go, please, open the door.
Okay.
There's no police car being here now. Shut up now. Hold up, brother. Grant, come down. Can we go down the hallway? First door, Grant. Go.
Police are back at the residence days later with a new warrant. They don't expect anyone to be in the house, of course. The 7 children were rescued from the home in the early morning hours of March 14th. The next day, police arrested Michelle Hobson and her 2 adult sons, Ryan and Logan Hackney, while awaiting trial on a litany of felony charges, including 7 counts of child. Michelle fell ill and was released from jail for hospitalization. 3 days later, she suffered cardiac arrest and was declared temporarily unfit for trial. While her overall condition improved over the coming months, she took a turn for the worse later that year and died on November 12, 2019.
Ain't karma a bitch? Ain't karma something?
8 months after her arrest. In a news conference, the Pinell County prosecutor said her untimely death came with a silver lining. These kids don't have to testify, he said, which means they can now begin the healing process. YouTube terminated the Fantastic Adventures channel in March of 2019.
Y'all heard the name?
So sick of
Y'all didn't hear the name?
y'all are, it's crazy.
YouTube Fantastic Adventures. Ain't that sick? Is that channel gone, y'all? Tell me that, Top Flight. She still has that channel? Because this is some sick shit. For the life of me, baby. For the life of me. Got another story I would like to share with y'all. If y'all got time, riders, if y'all got time, I want to share this story with you guys as well.
Yes! You been shot?
Ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me? Breathe. She's got a pulse. You're good. We're good. We got you. Breathe. Keep breathing.
Oh my goodness. Homicide is here. She didn't die. Yeah, that's what did you?
A peaceful morning turns into a terrifying nightmare when a woman is shot and her infant twins are kidnapped. As the police scramble to save the mother's life, a deliberate attempt to spread misinformation leads investigators to a dead end they did not anticipate. With no witnesses to the crime, police must race against time to find the babies before they disappear forever.
Some lifetime movies.
On May 11th, 2021, Savannah police rushed to a scene of a brutal shooting. 23-year-old Gabrielle Rogers had been shot multiple times inside her home before the shooter kidnapped her 2 children. Though her injuries are severe, Gabrielle manages to run across the street to get help from a neighbor before collapsing on her front porch. The following footage has mostly never been seen before.
Where's she shot? Where's she shot?
Right there.
We're in the way. We need to turn. Can you have an extra set of gloves?
All right,
Set of gloves. All right, good. I need gloves.
If you turn around, you'll see her ear. You call whatever. I don't know if it's here or down there. All I know is she told me she shot. I don't know.
got gloves.
You already see on that side of her ear. She got her kids. They come from the much tighter.
As officers assist Gabrielle, she shares a horrifying detail that she knows the shooter.
What's your name, Emily?
Kathleen Daniel took my kid. Kathleen what? Kathleen Daniel took my kid.
Where does she live?
She lives.
It is, Mo.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt? Have you taken out multiple
She's
payday?
Foxy's talking about her grandchild was beaten by the mother, and they're in court currently. And Mo, it is horrible. This give me a second. That's not the story I wanted to share you guys. I thought it was, but here we go. Top Flight sent it to me, but jeez, it's too many. I think I played this. I talked about this one before, but I do want to play this one. This is young Skylar Gardner. I do want to bring awareness to this story one more time because I'm going to be following that trial as well. That trial will be happening this year for this mother, and I'm going to be following it.
Of a 2-year-old girl, and her alleged boyfriend has a warrant out for his arrest.
Saturday, January 25th, 2025. At around 6:30 p.m.,
not the other one.
police responded to an apartment complex in the 6300 block of Newberry Road on a report of a death investigation. When officers arrived, a woman said she called 911 after finding her 2-year-old daughter unresponsive and not breathing underneath a bedroom dresser. She told police she had been making dinner for her 2 kids, both under the age of 5, and called for them to come eat. The woman said her 4-year-old son came, but her 2-year-old daughter didn't. She said it was only after searching the apartment that she found her daughter underneath the dresser. After making the shocking discovery, the woman said she grabbed her son and ran outside to call 911. She would also call her boyfriend and ask him to come to the apartment. The woman was identified as 33-year-old Chantel Gardner.
An Indianapolis woman tonight is arrested after police say her 2-year-old daughter was discovered with bruises on her body and a puncture wound on her neck.
Last Saturday, Metro Police responded to an apartment complex on the city's northeast side near Shapeland Avenue. 33-year-old Chantel Gardner called 911 saying she found 2-year-old Skylar unresponsive and not breathing.
33-year-old Chantel Gardner had called police saying she had found her daughter cold to the touch and underneath a dresser.
Officers found the home in disarray with trash on the floor alongside steak knives. Officers say Skylar was cold to the touch when they found her. They say she was covered in bruises and injuries.
Medics pronounced the girl dead at the scene. Police say they found trash, human feces, and knives covering the floor. Authorities say Gardner told them she had been spending each night with her boyfriend and checked on Skylar and another 3-year-old child once a day. Police say the mother admits she had been neglecting her daughter.
Now, Chantel faces...
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself...
Chantel faces and neglect charges.
Paramedics responded to the apartment and pronounced the child deceased.
Thank you, Ms.
An affidavit said the child had been deceased for some time as rigor mortis had set in. The Marion County Coroner's Office identified the child as 2-year-old Skylar Gardner. During the physical examination, authorities observed a series of patterned bruises and bite marks that appeared to be the result of physical abuse. They also found a large puncture wound on her neck. Detectives later spoke to Chantel and her boyfriend, Brian Thomas, at the IMPD Child's office. Brian told police that Chantel spent the night at his house every night, but the kids were never with her. He told police that the kids only came to his house once a week at most. Chantel told investigators that she would leave her kids at home alone for several hours every day, but she would check on them once a day.
Let's stop right there real quick. Let's stop right there with this one. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Miss B. Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much for this super chat. Thank you. let's talk about her real quick. This is the Skylar. I already talked about it once, but Top Flight N.S. Hutchinson from the beef sector. She's a content creator in the beef sector. She asked me to talk about her again, but yeah, she stayed over my house every night, but wasn't no kids. And the two young kids, y'all, not a 11-year-old. Even it's all wrong, but two young kids. How she just really left her kids in this house like this. Went and stayed where it was warm, nice, and comfortable. And he's like, yeah, she had two kids, but she never brought the kids over.
Bring them food and something to drink. She also said that she would find feces on the kids' hands and feet, stating that she had last bathed one of them nearly 2 weeks ago. Chantel was an
I try, y'all. I do. When do you get in your mind where you want to really just like say F your kids that you brought into this world, not one but two, and leave them without being a mother, like just desert them and then feed them like they're savages, like they're animals? Like, where does it resonate in your head that that's okay, that that's to do your own flesh and blood? They would have feces on them, in their hands, on their feet. Not being changed, not being nurtured, not being loved, not being kissed on her neck at 2 years old, just still loving under a little neck, loving all on her, kissing her, wanting to climb all over you. It's just.
bathed one of them nearly 2 weeks ago. Chantel was initially charged with child neglect, but now faces upgraded charges of homicide for allegedly causing the death of her 2-year-old daughter, who froze to death after being left alone in an unheated apartment. Police said the temperature inside the apartment ranged from 46 to 51 degrees, while it was about 32 degrees outside. The Marion County Coroner's Office conducted an autopsy, and they believe Skylar died from hypothermia.
The Indianapolis mother is now charged with and child neglect after the death of her 2-year-old little girl.
Police were first called to this apartment building behind me by the victim's mother, who reported finding her daughter unresponsive under a dresser. Court records claim that mother admitted to neglecting her kids, who were living in filth. While the suspect did her best to hide that neglect, she insisted she did not physically harm her kids on purpose. This disgusting bedroom with a feces-covered crib and mattress is where a 2-year-old girl...
And that's where the baby slept. She didn't know no better. A feces-covered crib and mattress. Not a cute pink sheet. Not a clean sheet. Not a clean pillowcase. A feces-covered mattress. While your hair is done, you going on, you doing shoots and you eating and you got weight on your body. You warm and comfy. You sleeping on clean sheets and
girl died over the weekend. Police claim the entire apartment where the little girl and her young sibling lived was littered in feces, urine, garbage, and rotten food. This affidavit, the girl's mother, Chantel Gardner, told police she left her young children home alone for several hours every day and night while she spent time at her boyfriend's house. That boyfriend, Brian Thomas, is also charged with 2 counts of assisting a criminal. Over time, conditions inside the apartment got worse, and Gardner feared the neglect would be discovered. The affidavit claims Gardner said she tried cleaning the walls and maintaining things, but it became too overwhelming, and she eventually strayed away from the home altogether due to the smell inside the house. Preliminarily, doctors believe Skylar Gardner died from hypothermia, but her body was also covered in bruises and bite marks with a puncture wound on her neck and frostbite on her feet and hands. Police say Gardner confessed she came back to the apartment once a day to feed her two kids and often found them covered in feces. Gardner admitted she...
I gotta breathe y'all for a minute while I'm playing this. Y'all know when I see my grandbabies, instantly, I'm just hugging, like I said, kissing on them, and I want to hear them talk about Peppa Pig and see what their books look like, and
Gardner admitted she knew she was neglecting her kids, but insisted she never physically harmed the children herself. Finally, the suspect made her initial court hearing today. She's now being held without bond pending trial.
The Marion County Prosecutor's Office identified Chantel's boyfriend, who was also arrested and charged with 2 counts of assisting a criminal. But before his arrest, he took to social media to tell his side of the story.
HFX is an advanced non-drug option that can help you take control of your diabetic.
Before his arrest, he took to social media to tell his side of the story.
How long have y'all been together?
We've been around for at least about a year.
Okay, you've been around for at least about a year. So out of the year, how many times you think you've seen her kids?
for what, Precious?
It was frequently in the beginning, but then towards I would say September, shit started slowing down. You feel me?
Okay, so the kids been over to your spot?
They've been there before.
Have you been to her house?
Like last year.
Last year, okay. Okay, so last year about what month you think?
Yeah, bro, I couldn't even tell you. It's been a long ass time though.
So a lot of people are concerned. Tell them how you like, this is how she got around me seeing her house and how she was doing them children. How did she get around that? People are asking, how didn't you know that, she was neglecting them children? How did you not know?
But see, that's what's crazy because she was live. Like, she had 2 jobs. So she would go to work and then go to her other job type and then never, she'll be like, I'm about to go get the kids something to eat, you feel me? And then she go pull up. So, boom, she said she did that and then she would pull up. So, well, who got the kids? Like I said, everybody saying I wasn't asking about the kids. I was. So she damn near they with my best friend or they with the...
So I would have said, bring the kids with me. Now who's got the kids? After a year, I want to I get it, but
her stepdaughter, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like, why keep questioning it? You feel me? I'm not going to ask her every day.
Right. But you did ask her where the kids at.
he said, I ain't going to ask her every day. See, that's... See, I want me and mines to be checked on consistently. I need somebody that's going to check on me and mines all the time. Now, I ain't going to keep asking them, you cool, sis. I know, Flex. He said, I ain't great ask her every day about where her kids is. Oh my God.
Where the kids at?
100%.
What about when she said she was leaving from your house? Did you think she was going home? Or I know you said she had 2 jobs.
She had 2 jobs.
And she would, so at nighttime when she come over your crib, where would she say her kids was at?
With her best friend over at her house.
Over the best friend house?
No, she was the best friend was watching the kids at her house.
Okay. So, would you ever FaceTime her when she was at home?
Yeah.
How was she, was you able to this question. Was it any signs that she was neglectful? Like any signs, like any?
Like, you know how go on with their normal day, just talking and laughing and going, saying I'm going to work, but I'm
Not that I know
I'm
of.
about to do this. Like, it was never no, I ain't seen the kids or nothing there. Like, she would say, like, on the daily, when she get off work, she'd go, I'm about to stop and get the kids something to eat, drop it off at the house, and I'm coming back over.
So, the thing is, like, I'm noticing, I'm seeing the pictures. So she never had any stitch to her or none of that. She never smelled.
Never. That's what I'm saying. Like, hell nah. Like, I ain't with nobody who would die. Hell nah.
Okay. So now the news came out with an article today, bro. Right? And they upped her charges to. And and I think it was because of the neglectful nature of it. Did she ever mention to you about hurting her kids, like these ugly look or anything?
Never. The end of the day, Saturday, she said she was supposed to be going to her stepdaughter's high school prayer rally. She was like, she better stop and get the baby something to wear. And I went to go get my hair cut. We left out my house at like 4:45 because my haircut was.
Capricorn Chronicles, the only thing she did was take food to the kids. She said the last time she bathed them had been 2 weeks prior, and when she came back, they was covered in feces.
Was at 5. So boom, I get my hair cut. She gone already. She called me around 6:20, and everything went from there.
So a lot of people were saying every night she came. So out of a week, how many nights was she coming to your house? Like realistically, to spend the night.
Realistically, I would say 4 to 5.
4 to 5 days. Did she ever bring her? Did you feel like you would be disrespectful for her kids to spend the night there too at your house?
Never.
Okay.
I rock with kids.
Okay. So you was for the kids coming over, and the kids have been in your house.
They have.
And basically you like, why am I about to keep asking about her kids? And I feel like, why would you when she's not giving you no signs of neglect and you're seeing the kids?
Damn, bro, this my lawyer, bro. Let me jump back on.
All right, go ahead, hang up, call him, call you right back.
Now that's his lawyer. Now that's his lawyer. But yeah, Capricorn Chronicles says, as a man, you think it's okay for her to be at your house every night, and she has young kids, she's not tucking in at night. How could you not wonder? Capricorn Chronicles, that's where I'm at. Y'all, my legs hurt.
This story really disturbed me, especially after reading some of the details of Skylar's death and the conditions those two babies had to endure.
I say,
Yeah, that house was horrible. I challenge y'all to go look at this story for yourself. I'm sure I'm on my community wall, but I don't know how much we all love kids, but sometimes y'all see me rub my neck, y'all. It's making my stomach hurt. It's just looking at that mattress that baby slept on. Damn. Just give them to somebody that ain't got kids or something. But damn.
How could you?
Man. Send it to me, Erica, if you can, on my email.
Police reported that an autopsy found that Skylar was dehydrated and had hair, paint chips, and possibly feces in her stomach. Meanwhile, the person responsible for her well-being is out chasing her dreams of being a rapper.
A 2-year-old child with feces on her stomach. Feces. I'm so upset.
In no way am I knocking her ambition, but it's just crazy to me how much Chantel appears in pictures and videos on social media in clean clothes and a fresh hairdo. Meanwhile, her kids at home alone, cold and hungry.
When I talked to the detectives, I'm like, I don't know why they keep including you. When I told TT, I told him, I said, I don't know why they keep including him. I said, had her mind.
Her baby dead. 2. I don't know why the police. She's on a jail call telling him, I don't know why the police keep including you. Even in her baby's death, this is how much she did not care about them kids. I told the police, I don't know why they keep including you and da.
I mean, I get that. You feel me? Like somebody need to be there for Saint, but they, you know, it's these motherfuckers on social media internet, and it's this motherfucker sitting me like this nigga knew. How could this nigga just clearly let her lay up over there, knowing that the kid was over there? I'm like, nigga, she know for a fact I would have got on her motherfucking ass if that was the mother case.
What you did, sir?
I'm saying, like, that's why I'm mad at you, because you know you could have told me that. You know you could have told me that. Like, I was trying to make it like I had together, like I thought I had shit. Like, I really thought I had it. Like, I was trying to get there wasn't a point in time, like, I know in times where you would ask me, you be like, you okay? Yeah. Like, I don't know if you recall, like, but like that, going down, he was like, you okay? You know, that was on my mission when you was asking. When I was asking, was you okay? I was like, I'm alright. Or like the day when,
You could tell he still ain't shit because I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't talk. Let it be a man. I couldn't talk to him ever again. Ever. Never. Never. I just dropped it in the chat, Erica.
when you had ordered the food, I was like, the tragic thing is about the papers. Yeah. He said, I had a moment right there. I'm like, I need to go check on them. Like that. That was just me wanting to go check on them.
You right, Capricorn?
You feel me? Like, because I know, like, it was just like,
How did the baby get paint chip shot? That means they was just in there fighting. Was she teething and fighting on stuff? You know, at 2, they losing teeth coming in. She was just eating anything, Foxy. Capricorn, you right. That house definitely had a stench. And how did the neighbors not smell that house? There's no possible way that odor was not. And plus, she didn't have no ventilation. Remember the earth and the heat's broke. So how did they, man, say? You right, Alicia. Come on, Capricorn. They did want the kids early. They did. The father wanted the kids. He did. He wanted the kids. Now, how much fight he put up for the kids, I don't know. I can't say, but sorry, y'all, but he did want those kids. The father definitely want those kids.
But anyway, like, even when I did see the babies, like, for a fact, like, even if that was the case, when you was spending the night over here, like, you could have brought them. You could have brought them, nigga. If anything, if push came to shove, I would have paid for daycare. It don't matter, though. Them babies come before the boy that I got going on. I would rather have paid to put them in daycare than figure it out like this. You see what? But still, though, sweetheart, you gotta, you had to move a little bit different, like. Yeah.
The baby gone. He got the audacity now that the baby gone. Yeah, baby girl, you gotta move better than that. With who? The baby gone. Sir. I mean, this whole phone conversation is just creepy. Baby girl, yeah, you gotta start moving a little better. Man, I don't care, y'all. This is why we gotta write letters too. We have to write letters. I'm crying so bad, my head hurts. I'm so angry those babies was innocent. Why that bitch should have never got out of jail. She got out? Update. She got out? Yeah, Amber. Amber. Yeah, you gotta do better than that, baby girl, from now on. What was these conversations when the baby was living? What was this conversation before that baby was eating feces and paint? Where was this conversation when her son was in her at the age of, how old was that little boy, 4 or 5? They said in her like an animal, protecting food. Now you good, Tanya. Okay. Nah, they ain't doing no house inspection. Can't be. This is Indianapolis.
Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one down below. And if you haven't already,
2 years old. Yeah. I mean, they locked him up too. It's Petro's playground. Sorry, Detroit. Yeah, he didn't care until he got in trouble. That's exactly it. He did not care about this baby until. Why was it take a baby to be gone for? Yeah, you gotta start doing better. You just gotta start doing better, baby girl. I'm gonna need you to start doing better. You know. Let me find my other story out so we can, for the life of me. Y'all get prepared for this, so let me breathe. Who's that? Mom of 9 gets new baby from CPS to use as a punching bag. Dumped in a shallow grave is the name of this one. After this story, I'm going to get out of here because I got to come back in a couple of hours. I don't think we know. 1 second. I don't think we know the seriousness of these cases. How they're going to get worse. Kimani, for instance. 13-year-old. Ain't even got to really jump off the porch. Ain't got to experience walking down the hallway in high school. Enjoying her freshman classes. Counting down the years to graduation. Prom. College, if she wants to go. Be hard, child. Only for her hands and her body to be just dismembered like she was nothing. 2-year-old Skylar Gardner eating paint, eating her own poop, probably her brother's poop. Who knows? Only for these kids to be treated like animals, just as if their whole existence to people around them meant nothing. Even to Naziah. Just to have a whole slew of people around you and you don't mean shit. Like, we don't know the feeling because we care, we love. It's people that can't have kids, just want a baby. And this is what we get, these stories.
Diamond Harris was born in Syracuse, New York on November 17, 2018 to parents Latasha Mott and James Harris. She had several brothers and sisters, Lainari, Jeremy, Lavea, Jameer, Samaj, My Love, Terry, and James. Nefertiti was a sweet, energetic child who loved her brothers and sisters and enjoyed playing games. She was a beautiful little girl with big brown eyes and bouncing curls that were often decorated with beads and bows and barrettes. She loved Elmo, dancing and visiting the beach. We wish we could say that Nefertiti was born into a happy, carefree life immediately surrounded by her loving family, but unfortunately that is not the case. Her mother, Latasha, who had bipolar disorder, stopped taking her medication. She was also homeless and had been using drugs during her pregnancy with Nefertiti, and unsurprisingly, Nefertiti was born with a detectable amount of drugs in her system. Before she even left the hospital, a family court judge ordered her removed from her mother's custody. The other 4 children that Latasha had at that time were also removed and placed in different foster homes.
Neosha Smith, a family friend, got a call from Nefertiti's grandmother asking if she could foster the 3-day-old baby. 6 hours later, Neosha had a tiny little Nefertiti in her arms, who she called Tootie after a friend's son. Under Neosha's care, Tootie grew into a happy, sassy toddler. Neosha often worked 2 jobs to provide a middle-class life for little Tootie. Baby girl attended daycare and went on sunshine-filled vacations to Oneida Shores and Myrtle Beach with her foster mom when it was warm enough. Tootie loved Elmo, and when she turned 1 year old, Neosha arranged a professional Elmo-themed photo shoot. She also had a princess-themed photography session where Tootie wore a gold tutu. Tootie's birthday party had a huge guest list and featured party favors of custom cheese curls, which was Tootie's favorite snack.
Did you know you could be owed a major cash payment?
Tootie's birthday party had a huge guest list and featured party favors of custom cheese curls, which was Tootie's favorite snack. Neosha and Tootie were a little family for almost 2 years. Tootie loved Neosha, who she called Mom, and Neosha's friends and family all adored her. However, like all foster parents, Neosha knew that she wasn't likely to keep her forever. If her birth mother could get her life back together, then the system would try to place Tootie back with her biological family.
Latasha and her boyfriend at the time, James Harris, had yet to complete the court's requirements after nearly 2 years without her children. Police were called twice during that time because of fights between James and Latasha, who had a long history of drug use and violence. The courts issued a stay-away order that barred the two from being together because of their volatile relationship, but they continued to violate that order. Latasha took nearly 2 years to even begin getting mental health treatment, drug treatment, and counseling. Meanwhile, James did not complete any of the court's requirements, and he continued to use hard drugs.
Latasha had begun to show progress, but by the summer of 2020, she had still not completed any of the court's requirements for mental health and drug treatment. In July of 2020, CPS workers recommended against putting the children back into Latasha's care. All of the current guardians would have adopted the children. Latasha still had significant work to do. But despite this, the family court returned custody of the children to Latasha that fall, including Nefertiti, who is now 22 months old. The reason for this ruling is unclear. Latasha did not have stable housing on her own, but getting custody of her children allowed her to qualify for benefits and housing. She called Nefertiti Neffy, so the little girl ceased to be Tootie. Neosha said that when she brought Nefertiti for her initial overnight visits, she saw that the only furniture in Latasha's home were milk crates for chairs and a mattress on the dirty floor. Neosha always sent her with clothes and toiletries and would make sure to bring the girl some food. One time, she stopped by to bring Nefertiti some pizza and found the toddler in the living room all by herself. After she gave her hugs and kisses, Nefertiti grabbed her hand and walked Neosha to the door as if she was asking to get out of there. Neosha called the social worker assigned to the family and told them about this incident as well as the living conditions in the home. The social worker told her that Neffy just needed time to adjust. According to Neosha, Latasha still hadn't completed court-ordered drug addiction or mental health treatments. Despite this, 26-year-old Latasha was still given full custody of her 5 children. Neosha had no legal rights to see Nefertiti anymore. Latasha still allowed her to visit sometimes.
Around the time that Nefertiti was returned to her birth mother, Neosha noticed that Nefertiti had begun biting her nails. She thought this was concerning and told a social worker. A more obvious sign of a problem was in February of 2022 when Neosha was babysitting Nefertiti and her older sister. Neosha was giving them a bath when she noticed a large bruise shaped like a handprint covering most of Nefertiti's torso. She asked Nefertiti's older sister who caused the bruise, and the sister replied it was their mother. Neosha took a picture of the bruise and called Latasha. The girl's mother denied hitting the toddler, but said that she would take Nefertiti to a doctor. Neosha was not satisfied and called the CPS hotline to report abuse. However, the case was determined to be unfounded and was closed. After that, Latasha did not allow Neosha to see Nefertiti for over a year.
A neighbor, Lachima Smith, later reported that Latasha seemed to single out Nefertiti for punishment. Her family lived in the same duplex as Latasha's family at 127 Beard Avenue in Syracuse. She recalled one time when her own children were playing with the 4-year-old and her siblings on a hot summer day. They were playing outside with water when Nefertiti suddenly stopped and stood aside from the other kids. Lashima realized that Nefertiti had wet her pants. Tasha came outside and began yelling at her daughter, who was crying. Latasha picked up Nefertiti by the front of her shirt, nearly choking her, and then hit the little girl hard in the head with her other hand. Lachima said it was not uncommon for Nefertiti to get yelled at or hit when she wet her pants. She said Nefertiti was treated worse than her siblings and always seemed to be in trouble getting punished or left behind. The little girl who was born with cocaine in her system struggled with being potty trained and not getting distracted.
Are payday loans overwhelming you with...
The little girl who was born with cocaine in her system struggled with being potty trained and not getting distracted. Lachima said that when you spoke to Nefertiti, she would sometimes trail off when she was talking or forget to finish a task that she had started. However, she described her as sweet and polite, always eager to play outside with Lachima's own daughters. Nefertiti was often forced to stay inside while the other children played. Once, Lachima was at Latasha's house and saw that Nefertiti was in the corner being punished. Lachima asked the little girl why she always was in the corner, but Latasha told her to butt out and swore at her. Latasha said it was her daughter and that she could do what she wanted with her. When her siblings got prizes and treats, Nefertiti was often left out. According to Lachima, everybody gets a bag of chips, but Neffy can't get that because she done peed on herself, or she didn't eat the rest of her food, or she didn't do something. Sometimes Nefertiti was only given a bowl of cold noodles when everybody else had hot food. Lachima said that Latasha complained that Nefertiti cried too much and was too much work. Lachima said that Nefertiti was happy and energetic when she played with her daughters, but at home, she seemed afraid to talk. She didn't call Latasha mom. One time, she overheard Nefertiti call her mother Tasha, which earned her a vicious slap from her mother.
Other friends and family members thought that Nefertiti might have had developmental issues, which frustrated her birth mother. However, her foster mother, Neosha, said that when Nefertiti was in her care, it was a different story. She remembered the little girl being bright and bubbly, learning to crawl at only 6 months. She said Nefertiti learned her colors and shapes early and didn't have trouble with potty training. Looking back, she thinks she may have begun having accidents because she was scared of her mother. In June, Latasha was charged with felony assault for stabbing another woman with a folding knife at Z-Mart, the convenience store around the corner from the duplex where she lived. The victim had to be hospitalized, and Latasha later pled guilty to a lesser charge.
Neosha was allowed to see Nefertiti again in 2023, about a year after she reported the bruise on her torso. She went to visit Nefertiti. Neosha said the little girl was often wearing dirty clothes and had dirt under her fingernails, and that she usually smelled like urine. Neosha said that she'd scoop up Nefertiti and joke that she must have been playing somewhere smelly and that it was time to wash up. For the few minutes it took to give Nefertiti a bath, Neosha felt like the girl was hers again, that she was safe and sound finally. Neosha said that there were more bruises on Nefertiti after the first one that she reported, but she was scared of losing contact with her again if she filed any more complaints. During one visit, Neosha saw that Nefertiti had a black eye. She took a video of the two of them baking a cake together in which Nefertiti's eye could be seen ringed with a bruise. Neosha asked Latasha about the bruise. Latasha blamed it on Nefertiti's sister. Neosha decided not to report the bruise to CPS. She said, they weren't doing anything. I would lose her again. Fall of 2023, Nefertiti was set to begin kindergarten at the McKinley Brighton School. Neosha took Nefertiti shopping for new school clothes. She remembers that she was so happy. I was so happy because
She still should have reported the abuse just because. Just because. You still should have reported that abuse. And I get the CPS, but that's when you keep going further and further. Even for you, Foxy, going through that, go further and further and further. Go as far as you can go. Take that case as far as you can go before your grandson be the next story that a content creator or that the news is covering. Don't stop. Man, I'm not understanding. Let's go, Kim. Let's go, Latif. Yeah, let me get this story out the way, Foxy, and then you can come up, love.
I was so happy because I knew she was getting out of the house. She'd be able to get milk and juice, and adults could lay eyes on her. It truly felt like she was going to get away from her mother this year. Something in that school shopping visit evidently angered Latasha because she refused to let Neosha see Nefertiti again. Neosha begged to bring birthday presents for her when she turned 5 in November, but she was refused. She was also pushed away from visiting at Christmas.
The government will pay you $3,000.
Also pushed away from visiting at Christmas.
Neosha wasn't the only one worried about Nefertiti, and other people began to report concerns of abuse towards Latasha's children during that time. On October 31st, Latasha sent a troubling text message to her friend La Nina Lawrence. Earlier that day, Latasha tried to push her 10-year-old son out of the car. When they stopped the car at La Nina's mother's house and the boy ran inside, Latasha tried to kick in the door. In the messages she sent to La Nina, she threatened to kill her son, saying, "Y'all gonna have to dig his ass out the fucking ground. Today, tomorrow, whenever, wherever I see him, I'm gonna beat the life out of him." She also wrote in that same string of text messages that she hoped the boy got hit by a bullet. La Nina reported these messages to the Syracuse police and the New York State CA hotline. She said, "I told the lady that at CPS, something's like really psychologically wrong with her. She needs help." When the Onondaga County CPS workers went to investigate the concerns, the boy told them his mother would beat him and would also beat his sister Nefertiti with a flat iron. When she heard this, La Nina tried to keep the boy at her house, and initially CPS told her to hold on to him for now. She began making arrangements to get formal custody of him and even enrolled him in her son's daycare. However, 2 days later, she was told to return the boy to his mother, Latasha. The county CPS worker had quickly decided that the boy and Nefertiti were safe. The abuse allegations were not credible, and the children were not in danger. Latasha bragged afterwards about the incident. She described how the CPS workers came to her house and told her that they were not going to remove her children. She said, "I'm not worried about nothing. They can't snatch my rights. They're not taking anyone from me. It ain't nothing." Another report was filed on December 13th when Latasha's older son had a bruise on his cheek, but CPS workers decided that he had simply knocked his head on his bed frame and gave himself the bruise. Both the early report and this one were closed as unfounded.
Oh, CPS. I mean, at this point, what do we have them around for? Amber, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you. What do we got the CPS around for? Lateef? Why do we have them around? Hey, sister. What's going on, my rider? Oh, he just got a bruise. Oh, we're not going to take your children. Oh, Jarvis, but you're a predator, but you can stay here. The house is clean. There's plenty of food in the fridge. You can stay around the kids. You know, hey. Anybody, what do we got social workers around for at this point? Absolutely, Crystal. None.
Both the early report and this one were closed as unfounded.
According to the neighbor Lashima, Latasha's new boyfriend named Corice Parks also had been living with her. Corice was the father of Latasha's newborn baby and her unborn daughter. Corice had a criminal record in Syracuse involving weapons and drugs that dated back 9 years. He served 3 years in state prison for a 2017 conviction on the charge of criminal possession of a weapon. He was released in August of 2020. At the same time, he served a 1-year sentence for a 2016 charge of possession of a stolen handgun. He was also convicted of criminal possession of heroin that same year. Shima said that Latasha often took ecstasy and other pills, even though she was pregnant. She said there was a lot of drug dealing in the neighborhood around the home. Shima said that Latasha seemed to be spiraling into a deep depression during her latest pregnancy. She told Lashima that she did not want the baby, and at least once said that she wanted to remove herself from the earth while the baby was still inside her. Tasha did not seek prenatal care during the pregnancy. Though she asked friends and family for help, it seemed like she was mostly on her own with 6 children, including a newborn. Tasha's older daughter, who did not live with her, sometimes came over to help out. Several months into her pregnancy, Latasha texted another friend that she didn't want to be pregnant anymore, saying, "I don't want this baby no more. I'm about to send my kids to my mom's. I'm about to take some pills and go into early labor." Tasha gave birth to her 7th child on December 30th. The baby was born 7 weeks early. Like Nefertiti, she was born with traces of drugs in her system. This time it was amphetamines, which may or may not have been prescribed, and this time Latasha was allowed to take her baby home anyway. CPS worker did a home.
I know you lying. You did. You did. This is your little cousin. This is China's little cousin, guys. She told me about this story. I just didn't know I was going to come up on it like this. Hey, I'm China.
Visit on January 4th, 2024, and reported that everything was fine. Caseworkers saw that the children were clean and accounted for with no obvious bruises. There was no sign of drug use in the home, and there was food in the refrigerator. Tasha's case.
China, I'm going to drop the link. Can you come up for a second? I'm going to finish listening, but I don't understand, y'all. I don't know. I don't know, Erica. Absolutely. Absolutely, Belinda. Let her take that baby home. Let her take that baby home. This is Latif and LA in the chat and China's family. So you know, it's a sensitive. She told me about this story. Like I said, I just I mean, what's going on right here? What is we listening to right now? Because this is beyond me.
Everybody felt my little cousin. Mom, can I go to the store now? Everybody. CPS, the schools, the grandmother, the mother, the family. Look, as much as I want to cape for my cousin, her dad, I feel like he could have did more as well. He could have did more as well. He wasn't in New York. He was living in Georgia with his mom, and she was up here in New York.
So China, I mean, we just keep hearing that they keep letting her have a baby. She's on her 7th. She don't want the baby.
Yeah. Yep. Shit is
all
wicked,
the
yo.
bruises, all the not taking care of nephew. So how did y'all find out, China? What how did we get here? Like to where y'all found out? Hey, SRT, salute.
I didn't find out until I logged on to Facebook one day and I seen that there was a lot of "where's Neffy" posts. And I'm like, what the hell? So then like I got in a group chat with my bro, because my bro was related to her side of the family somehow. And I'm like, this shit crazy. So then when we started finding out like all of the details and found out like she told them like where she buried her at, like she buried her in a shallow grave. It's just crazy.
And we haven't even got there yet, China. China, are you busy right now?
No, but I'm about to switch phones because I don't even like how this damn iPhone acting right now. I don't know if it's
Okay.
glitching on
I'm
your
gonna drop
end
the
or
link for
my
you. I'm
end.
gonna finish listening. So
All right.
yeah, it's glitching. Okay. Latif and China, you know, it's just hard to hear. Let me kick China so she can come back up on her other phone. Damn. And Latif, I didn't know when you said this was personal to you. I had no knowledge that this was your family. So it's like you're reliving this all over again, the death of this baby, because I hadn't even got to that part. Um and no wonder you go so hard for laws to be passed. Now I see the passion, Latif, that you be having when you're on my panel about these cases and stuff like that. And it's almost like when you feel defeated. Because a
Right.
lot of times our families are defeated with the social workers. I know with my children. So, damn, China, you able to sit up here while we play this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
All
on
right.
mute.
All right. Blenda is crazy. Latif said it was reported over and over again. Hey, Bookie, what's going on? He said CPS truly doesn't care unless the report is from reputable agencies such as a school or SRT. Yeah, we see that the mental health was here. They sorry for y'all. The chat is the riders are really sending y'all condolences, China and Latif. He said if criminal charges aren't brought against the said individual who allegedly the abuse, CPS will drop cases before parents are notified. SRT, I see.
There was food in the refrigerator. Tasha's caseworker closed the case as she felt minimum standards have been met.
If you're suffering from diabetic neuropathy pain,
What's crazy? Somebody in the chat said they better not say it was food in the refrigerator. That's crazy that we hadn't got there. And
there was food in the refrigerator. Tasha's caseworker closed the case as she felt minimum standards have been met.
A couple of days later, Neosha messaged Latasha on Facebook to ask how Nefertiti was. Latasha told her that Nefertiti was in Georgia with relatives and that she had just chatted with her. Neosha said to tell Nefertiti that her godmother missed her, and Latasha said that she'd have Nefertiti call her later that day. However, Neosha never heard from her.
Latasha switched Nefertiti's school enrollment from McKinley Brighton Elementary School to Meacham Elementary School. January 16th, Nefertiti was supposed to start her first day at her new school, but never showed up. Amanda Hall, a spokesperson for the Syracuse City School District, said there are daily robocalls to a child's parent or guardian when a child is absent from school. Latasha responded to the concerns of district employees by telling them she transferred Nefertiti and some of her siblings from McKinley Brighton to a school in Georgia. Latasha told the district that Nefertiti had family there who she would live with while attending another school. However, SCSD never received a transfer request from a Georgia school, so district employees continued to try to follow up about Nefertiti. The employees made several referrals to CPS about Nefertiti's and her siblings' welfare. Meanwhile, Latasha told conflicting stories to different people about Nefertiti's whereabouts. Finally, on Saturday, March 23rd, the Syracuse Police Department received a report from Nefertiti's grandmother, Chianti Frazier, as well as Nefertiti's godmother, Neosha. Latasha apparently had told each woman that the other had been taking care of Nefertiti. However, they bumped into each other that day and realized that neither of them knew where Nefertiti actually was. Frantic Facebook messages between family members show them desperately searching for someone who knew where Nefertiti was.
The investigation initially began as a missing persons case. Latasha and her boyfriend Carice were out of town, but when they returned to Syracuse on Saturday, Latasha was asked to come to the public safety building downtown. Latasha's boyfriend was also questioned but was uncooperative with police and later released. When police questioned Latasha, she made a terrible confession. She revealed to police that nearly 3 months prior, on January 6th, she had beaten Nefertiti to death and then hid her body in a wooded area. That was just a week after she had given birth to her newest daughter, and only 2 days after CPS had last been to their home to check on Latasha's children. Latasha told the police that she had beaten Nefertiti multiple times with a belt while she was in the shower, killing the little girl in the process. Latasha was arraigned on Monday for charges of manslaughter and disposal of a corpse. The DA said that excessive corporal punishment caused Nefertiti to die, based on Latasha's own account, with police describing the beating as recklessly causing her death. Latasha was held in the County Justice Center jail. Her bail was set at $1 million bond or $500,000 cash.
That same day, police began searching a baseball field in the wooded area behind Brick School Terrace, an apartment complex at 818 Salt Springs Road on Syracuse's east side. This was about 4 miles from where Latasha lived. Police and other personnel could be seen carrying shovels, rakes, plastic tarps, and plastic buckets from the search area. A recent snowfall made the search especially difficult. The snowplow was used to clear a path so that searchers could bring in a generator to run scene lights, allowing the search to continue throughout the night. A search drone was seen in the area as well. People dropped off candles and balloons near the area police were searching in memory of the little girl. This soon grew into a heartbreaking memorial that is still there to this day. Law enforcement officials were also searching a home on McKinley Avenue, listed as Latasha's home address on court paperwork. Police were seen bringing evidence out in boxes while bringing shovels and flashlights inside the home. At around 11 a.m. on Tuesday, police finally located Nefertiti's body in a shallow grave near a wooded area. She was found wearing her pajamas with a blanket wrapped around her. Investigators had used drones, forensic equipment, and a cadaver-sniffing canine, but ultimately it was the warmer temperatures that helped uncover her body. With the snow melting, the searchers could see where the ground was dug up, and the cadaver dogs helped confirm this find. Investigators had to leave Nefertiti in the shallow grave for hours to properly recover evidence without disturbing too much of her remains. Later, around 5:45 p.m., her body was removed from the baseball field, with investigators solemnly carrying her down the muddy hill away from the woods. The path was lined with balloons, candles, and stuffed animals for the little girl. What's your credit card debt balance? Candles, stuffed animals for the little girl. At a news briefing, Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick confirmed that they had located Nefertiti's body. DA's shoes were still splattered with mud from the search. He was flanked by officers who had been on the scene. They also had muddy boots and tired faces from the long overnight search for little Nefertiti. DA Fitzpatrick revealed that Latasha's boyfriend, Carice, was also a suspect in the case, and that he had not been cooperative. The DA said it seemed that Carice had helped Latasha bring Nefertiti to the woods and bury her. The DA said she hid the child's body somewhere else before taking her to the woods. Syracuse Police Chief Joe Cecile was visibly affected. He also spoke at the briefing, saying, "Just when we think we've seen everything, something like this comes along and just punches us in the gut. Punches everyone in this community in the gut, you know?"
Shout out Brandon Terrors. I remember the day me and you had this conversation. And
Yeah.
I always say to us, I don't think it bothers us until it knocks on our door, you know what I'm saying? And then the story is right here, a content creators talk about your story, and instantly, because I watch my chat, I check out all my subscribers to see how they're feeling, their emotions, to see if they're dealing with anything like this. And Latif stood out to me. And he was like trying to get her like instantly, and he kind of went like, you could tell a person goes numb, and it brings back
Yeah.
a lot of memories.
He texts
Reopen.
me and right now.
And
I have a picture I'm about to share.
damn.
Look at her little self. She's so fucking cute. Like, girl, what? It ain't that much that little girl could do to make you wanna, let alone whoop her in the fucking shower. But you end up taking her life. Like, what's up with you? You good?
After a week after having a baby, y'all. A week after having a baby. And it's crazy how they allowed this to go on for years till she unalived the baby for having other kids. She is adorable. She is adorable. She is super adorable. And you took all your pain and what you did, what you allowed to happen to yourself out on them kids. Being born with drugs in their systems, each child, and only for the CPS to let y'all down, China. Y'all down as a family. to let her keep the babies, to say there's no findings. How was it, China, when they y'all got the news that she had been found?
It was a sad
And
day. I swear. Like, seeing my cousins go through it because they had recently had a death in the family on their end. It was sad.
you said,
I
so who posted it on YouTube? Was it Tasha? I mean Facebook.
It was my cousin Keisha, which is her aunt. Um, and then my cousin Freedom posted it. Like it was like everyone on my mom, like there were cousins on my mom's side, so all of my cousins on my mom's side was sharing it. So I'm like, Mom, who is this? Like, what's going on? And then she was like, that's your cousin, Will's daughter. And I'm like, wait, how is she missing? Like how? Like how do that even happen? Like how you don't know where your baby is? I said, Mom, she lying. Like she know more than what she's saying. There ain't no way your baby just missing and you don't know where your baby at.
Mm.
How?
And
I
they
kept
buried.
telling my
Go
I
ahead,
kept telling
China.
my mom like, they lying. I'm like, they're lying, Mom. They're lying. I know they lying. Like, how she don't know? How don't nobody know where the little girl is? How that don't make no sense. Like for 3 months, shit don't make no sense. It's crazy.
And I mean, to the fact that the family, everybody's, he said, stop keeping family secrets. He said, passion
Exactly.
behind the pain. Thank you, Will. Thank you for the super chat.
You haven't called
To
yet.
see
Which
that
one
the
is it?
family kept trying to fight for this baby, and it, they was getting knocked down left and right. It's crazy to me. All the bruises, all the on her torso, everything, and mm, 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 mm. Damn, China. And I wonder why Latif took these cases literal, trying to change laws. And I knew, I just didn't know what. I was like, okay, Latif's really on these cases, and he's sending me valuable information. He's dropping gems, and he's so calculated with the numbers. And look in this community, look this up. You guys do this, and I didn't know why, and now I know. And I remember you told me this story like it was yesterday. China, the other kids, who has them?
I'm honestly not sure who have them. I know that my cousin only had one daughter with her, so I'm gonna assume that the state got the kids. I'm assuming. I'm not positive.
So was he? Because they said he had some legal trouble, correct?
My cousin Will.
Mm.
Um, I don't even think he had been to jail. I think when he got out of jail, that's when he moved to Georgia. Mm.
And I think that's what they were saying in the story. I am. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, my sister, my rider. I am for people like China and them. We got to do more. We got to change. We got to get these laws changed. And it's crazy how in New York they say that the father had charges, but we look around Toledo, Ohio, and I know laws are different everywhere, but we need laws to be the same in all places when it comes to the kids, because we see that Dorothy, dumb Dorothy, had charges in a rap sheet, and she got Kimani, and we're here today. So I get it, but we all got rap sheets. Most everybody got a rap sheet. Not all. We most all got rap sheets, but that doesn't mean that makes us a bad parent. based off a decision that we made. And I think if they would have gave that father a chance, he that baby would have still been here. If they gave China's cousin
Exactly, and his charges had nothing to do with a child at all. So the
yeah.
charges really, it ain't even valid for real.
But they do that. They do that. Even when it's and that's crazy because we always end up right here, China. Every time. Every time, oh, he robbed a bank or he robbed a store or okay, show me. Not saying charges are good, but at the same time, show me something neglect, abuse, something that is relevant to him not being able to take care of this child. He didn't even get a fair chance, and his baby's no longer here.
Exactly, and her charges were upgraded to second degree murder. It's not just the I think they said that it was the first degree manslaughter and tampering with a corpse or whatever. It's definitely second degree murder. She went to court in
And I can imagine
January.
what's mm,
Yeah, she went to court in January, and her lawyer's trying to argue that it's not enough evidence, but whatever, girl. You omitted it. You omitted what you did. The evidence is there.
and this is a grandmother fighting with her son for custody of their grandson, and she's right. It's hard for a father to get children from their mothers with these laws.
Hmm.
I've seen it. You're right. So they're trying to get her charges reduced, China.
Yeah, she's trying to fight that there's not enough evidence to support a murder charge. I'm confused on why it's not. You said that you whooped your daughter in the shower. What about?
To beat her to death.
Exactly. Not only that, you didn't call for no damn help. You put her in the basement. You
Mm,
put her in the basement. Yeah,
mm.
you put her in the basement for a couple of days, and then that's when you went and buried her in that shallow grave. Yeah, like what are you talking about? Nah, bitch, throw away the fucking key. You gotta go.
Sister. Mm. Not the one in the basement, China. Not. Mm,
Oh yeah,
mm.
she was in the basement. They didn't mention that part in the story, but she most definitely was in the basement before the shallow grave. Facts. Meanwhile, she's upstairs, acting like everything cool with her other
Living her
kids.
life. Mm, 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 mm. Living her life with her baby unalived. And how was Nefertari, China?
5.
How do you beat a 5? I want y'all to leave today with this. What made her that baby taking a bath made her beat that baby to death and put her in a basement as if she was nothing. To put that baby in your mm.
She was already, and look, she was already like, she was going through stuff. She was born with drugs in her system. She was delayed. She wasn't, up to speed, not your average 5-year-old. And you did her filthy. Facts.
Damn, sister. Hey, Blue Devil G, salute. Damn. 5 years old, you guys. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, sister, my rider. And Sean, I'm praying for you too. She said, unfortunately, there are people who perpetrate a fraud every day, next door, at school, at work, on YouTube. Secrets are being swept under the rug. It knows no bounds. I was those kids. I was broken.
Crazy.
Mm, this bothered me, y'all. 5 years old. Mistreating her, Shauna. I mean, mistreating her. Said the other kids could go outside. She had to watch them play. Come on, y'all. Imagine at 5. You don't even your thought process ain't even kicked in. You're just a kid. She's just a kid.
Your
She's
baby
just
won't even, she wouldn't even talk to her.
what they
Your
say.
baby won't even talk to you. But when
They
she is allowed outside, she happy, talking, all of that. But when she back in the house with you, she don't even talk.
That's what
Is
they
that
said.
for me? Like, what?
They said she shut
Girl.
down when she would be around her. They did. They said you wouldn't even know that the baby knew anything, could talk or anything when she got around her, for sure. And the fact that she had to endure the pain of just watching the kids get treated. And, at 5 years old, you still don't understand that concept of seeing everybody else get chips and treats and parties and stuff like that. This is from the family. Like she always saying, she can't, she can. She peed on herself. And they say every time they would go to get her, she was, drenched in urine.
She should have let her go back with Neosha.
And
Neosha should have. I can't say she should have fought harder because at the end of the day, like she was no blood relation to nobody.
she
Um,
tried. She
but
tried, China. She tried.
I know she did. I know she did. I know. She should have let that baby go back. Like you ain't even want her for real, so why not? You should have let Neosha keep her. And Neffy wanted to be with Neosha.
They said she even told them she didn't want the kids and still got to keep the kids. I've never heard nothing like this. I really haven't, China. I know when you told me it hits different when you're seeing it and hearing it for yourself, and it's like, I mean, how was this possible? How was these things keep being? And I'm like, and Bella's mom said, I'm not understanding why stuff like this is becoming the norm. You hearing stuff like this almost every week, and it keeps being like, hey, I just don't want the kids. But the person that do want the kids, y'all ain't giving it to the person. Only for the baby to become unalive, then this is where we at. With this precious baby on this screen, y'all. You went to that bathroom for what? Why this baby's taking a bath? You unalived in that tub for what? You threw her in the basement for 2 days for what? But people out there that loved this baby, it was people fighting for this baby and loved this baby. And what did they do? They went and dug up charges that the father had. They never deemed anybody that was worthy of keeping this baby worthy.
And then her ignorant ass buried her with the note. She buried her with a note.
A note that said what?
I'm
China?
sorry. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this, or I'm sorry this wasn't supposed to happen to you. Something along those lines. And she right. It wasn't, but it did. You did that. She need to sit down for a while. I don't think she should see the light of day again. For real.
Come on, Nene, y'all like, mm, 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 mm. It's a sad. That baby didn't ask to be here and buried her with a note.
She had to have a closed casket.
Nene, and the girl was fighting for it. The godmother. The girl even said she didn't want the kids. That's the crazy part, Nene. So the godmama was fighting for it. The godmama was fighting for the baby.
She was.
Until told Tasha that we ain't gonna take your kids. She started bragging about it. She started bragging about, oh, well, they ain't gonna take my kids. So she felt like I'm gonna keep enduring pain on them.
I'm confused because there's no way in hell that one of my sister kids will just magically go fucking missing. And I don't know exactly where the hell my nieces or my nephews is. Like, and no, I don't see my sister every day, but you better believe I'm know where the hell. Cause them like my kids too. Like that's how it's supposed to be when you're an aunt. How you don't know?
Mm, 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 mm. PJ said exactly, Miss Park. I gave AC as here in New York hell to get my oldest grandson. Unfortunately, um, son's grandson was unalived in July 2024.
And they said that Georgia, because Syracuse was applying pressure on Georgia to send the transfers up to New York. Georgia was applying pressure on CPS in Albany, but it never made it to Onondaga County. So how the hell do y'all get reports of a little girl not being in school from Georgia and it's just piling up in Albany?
Yeah.
It's not making it to Onondaga County? Like, everybody failed.
She said, was she mental? They said she suffered from something, but come on, y'all. That's all the more reason CPS should have took them out of their armor. Two
It ain't that
kids,
much.
two kids born with drugs in their system,
Right.
and y'all never took without the mental. Countless of them taking her to the hospital. Countless reports from the baby. I mean, from the godmother. What happened?
It's the CPS coming to the house 2 days before she was unalive for me.
Yeah.
How?
Damn, Lisa.
Meanwhile, they was just there in December because the little boy had a bruise or whatever on his face.
What they said.
Like, what you talking about? All right.
Yeah.
My kids get on my last goddamn nerves. Believe that. All three of them. They get on my last goddamn nerves, but I don't know what the hell I would do without my goddamn kids, and I'm not one for corporal punishment at all. I really feel like kids don't learn nothing from no ass whooping. That ass whooping is just because you mad. They're not learning from that shit. So hell nah. My kids don't even get no pop. I don't pop nothing. I'm a yeller. All I do is yell, fake threaten, and all of that all day long. Like, man, look, no. No, they not learning nothing from that. People need to stop that shit for real. You never know. All it takes is one hit to accidentally do some shit that you could live to fucking regret, yo. Like, nah, B. Nope. No deal. It's a no for me.
Prayers to PJ and China, Latif, and Dior. Foxy, keep fighting. Don't give up on your grandson. Keep doing what you got to do. And anybody that's fighting these cases, she probably was postpartum too. Crystal, I don't know. This is family right here,
And then she covered up for her boyfriend. Yeah. She ain't tell the police that he helped move the body or nothing like that. It was other people.
and the fact
I
that
feel
this.
like he should be charged as well. Cause how the fuck are you in the house with this girl and you know what the fuck she did?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't report shit to nobody.
That's what they
You
said.
just as guilty.
That's what they said. He's being. I mean, we just read a story like that about Skylar. Skylar Gardner, same thing. I mean, China, the same thing. I don't understand these men. I don't. She said accessory after. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, come on. You in the house with ain't no way you in the house and this baby's missing and you ain't said where the baby. She said she beat her, so the baby had to be screaming ungodly. She admitted that she beat the baby till she unalived her.
He helped bury her. He got charged with tampering with a corpse. Nah. Slap that second degree murder on with that.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved that. Cause you knew for 3 months You knew for 3 fucking months. Hell nah, nigga. You just as guilty. You ain't tell nobody you guilty.
That's crazy. This is crazy.
Had his family on fucking Facebook lying. Look, now I get mad. Gonna get mad. You got your family on Facebook lying, saying that the little girl, you heard that the little girl was staying over there and all of that shit, like with certain people and shit. But you already know what the fuck going on, and I'm sure you laced your family up. Weird. They all weird.
Damn, China. Yeah, Denithia said Trump and Elon need to clean up CPS and DFC. They do. These people are crazy. Hey, Latanya. My son reported her to CPS and they have our back, but it's the judge we got to go before in May with the family court. They split the card. I was crying after I left court. Do you guys think it's a new issue on allowing children or wherever to hear about it because of mass media? Yeah. But Nene, why we even having to do it on the media when we heard the story and the story saying CPS was involved 2 days before CPS was involved before the baby got unalived, before the baby disappeared. Exactly. They was in our house 2 days before this baby got unalived again, only to allow her to keep her children. Why do we got to keep going down to it takes an unaliving to happen before it gets?
Shit, the neighbors failed her too. The neighbors knew what the fuck was going on. Nah, don't wait until it's too late and the news reporters and shit is outside to want to speak up to get your 5 minutes of shine.
Yeah, that's what they said. I said that too, China. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I said that about Kimani Latif's case. Now I see all these people on Facebook. Yeah, I knew. I heard the stories, and I wished I would have reported. Like, who gives a damn at this point? She's gone.
Exactly.
Why? Like China said, for the 5 minutes of, I knew her and she was a sweet girl and she used to have bruises. Nobody said anything. Dumb Dorothy was allowed to play the part just like this mother. Latasha was allowed to play her position, and it took for this 5-year-old baby that's on the screen up here. Hey, Shay. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Look at this baby in her pajamas. That's what they found in, buried. When everybody around knew. When the people around this baby that loved her got denied access. I believe the CPS worker should be held liable and possibly arrested. What she missed, or better yet, what she didn't check. Absolutely. They said she went in. Somebody, I think it was Simply Erica, said, please don't let them say they had food in the refrigerator. And I'll be damned. Soon as China got up here, and I said, China, I'm right, finished playing you mind. Soon as I hit that play button, CPS deemed there was food in the house. We don't give a damn about no food being in the house. Food ain't got nothing to do with the abuse at all. You're not there because. And then they said she was malnutrition. Y'all didn't listen to the details. And Nini's right, what she didn't check. Just like the one story we just read about that content creator on YouTube, The Fantastic Adventures. She was a content creator, y'all. Refrigerator and stuff full of food, but them kids was malnourished. So we got to cut the shit about the kids not eating. Food in the fridge, we don't give a damn. Crystal, she told them she didn't even want the kids. And they did nothing. mean, New York kids, they got to start doing something. Or it's going to be more stories like these. More grieving families. The grief of losing this baby and also the grief of fighting and guess what? Getting smacked in your face. Exactly, Capricorn. This family is suffering. She said it should. She said my brothers and I should have been removed. That's what I'm saying. They telling you, Crystal. They said in New York, it's different. Man, we praying for Latif and China. Latif slept the Chad, so I can only imagine. Because if we feeling like this, we're upset. I can feel the temperature on the panel. I can feel the energy with China. I feel it. And when she told me the story again, she was upset then. And like I said again, I didn't know. Today, I just wanted my news coverage to be about the kids. That's what's happening in our homes, what's going unnoticed, what a blind eye is being turned at. Social workers and my homie's little cousin is on the screen, and I told y'all it's sometimes we never know whose family member is gonna come across the screen. Now we have people in the chat who also didn't get justice or fighting for the justice of getting their grandkids with their backs against the wall, not knowing what's going to happen next. Hoping and praying that their story don't be like China and Latif's at this moment. Damn, she's a beautiful little baby. Hiding profiles and Bridget, that's a shame. Damn. Look what Bridget said, y'all. They were hiding the files and reports and etc. And Latif kept dropping them numbers and I didn't understand. She's a beautiful baby girl, China. She is. I'll see you guys later on, man. Please hit this like button and share this live. Put prayers up for PJ. Put prayers up for Foxy. Put prayers up for Sean. Put prayers up for Latif. Put prayers up for China. Let's keep this family, these families wrapped all the way up in our prayers. Because I keep telling y'all, we don't never know whose story is going to be going across one of these screens on YouTube. We don't know. We just don't. And I didn't mean to open up new wounds and, for y'all trying, I really didn't.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm over here talking to my daughter.
Mental health issues are at all time high. Recognizing parents' mindset could be one way of preventing mandatory evaluation and leaving sooner. Could be a part of the curriculum. Just because you can have kids don't mean that you should, okay? How you doing? Prayers for all of y'all. Protect the kids. We gotta protect these babies, y'all. We gotta start somewhere, I never thought it'd hit this close to somebody I know in real time, and these stories always blow us off our socks, don't they? And we get sick. We leave her so drained and just hurt mentally. But to have the people that it actually happened to around us, and for a fact, we just heard them say that the CPS was knocking everybody down that was trying to get that baby. And thank you, Lisa, and prayers to you too, Lisa. Alrighty, Nene, y'all know how I'm gonna give it up over her Hurt people, hurt people. China Pooh, I'm gonna call you and check on you and Latif in a second if that's okay.
Okay.
I'm praying
All
for
right.
y'all.
Cool. Just Parker.
I love you, Pooh.
Love you.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Armani.
Okay. Um, this was a hard one, y'all, right here. This is heavy. I see through you. Um, when I seen Latif disappear and not come back, I felt guilty, even though I know he doesn't feel that I done anything wrong. But I don't want to do this like this. I got to make a difference. I got to make a change because people that I genuinely care about is now their stories of their loved ones are coming across the screen. Nene, don't. That's where they learn to conflict pain on others. They feel that's what they got to do when they get mad at Erlene. Man, mm, 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 mm. Hey Pam, I seen you, love. Prayers for everybody again. I'm gonna keep doing these lives. Sometimes I'm gonna do my news clips. Salute Shank Rock. Salute to you and all the hard work that you do, Shank. Salute. I'm gonna keep doing this on my news channels. I'm gonna do news clips like we did yesterday, and some bring awareness to these stories that we haven't heard. Maybe it'll push us and keep motivating us to make a difference. Like Nene said, I'm ready to come out of retirement. Shout out to Latif for even pushing a law. Him and a subscriber sent it in a law for Naziah. And the passion that he had up here about this case that we're talking about. Naziah. He hit the panel and he was on it instantly. And I said it was something about it I just didn't know. Already, Nene, already. You're always welcome, my sister, my rider. I didn't know why he was on it. And China was too behind the scenes. China was sending me all this information for Kimani. China was on it. She was like, I don't like this. Let me let you check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Because I even said it to Latif when I on the pen. I was like, damn, Latif, I said, China's on to this story. She gravitated to this story. And I remember when I was talking about the kids, she told me, she was like, thank you for doing that because, my cousin unalived her baby. And I never knew that this was going to happen. Thank you, Denithia. Yeah, I'm still going live. It's pending, waiting. Which live is pending and waiting? Thank you, let me see. Oh yeah, I just changed the time on it. I gotta change. I'll change the time on it. This was a tough one today, y'all. Praying, for justice for Skylar Gardner. Praying that God gives those children that was Angelique K. Praying that God gives the strength. No, I ain't got to live until 5:00. I'm gonna change the time on that. I'll come in at 7 so I can give myself some time to regroup. I know, Latif. I get it. Yeah, Angelique. Thank you. I see through you. Thank you, sister. But y'all get out of here. I'll see you guys back in a couple of hours. Thank you, Noah's. I'll see y'all back in a couple of hours. We think that we're the only ones that went through something, and we always focused on stories here. But I want to come back with what happened to those children, and that school in Canada. The stuff that those Native Americans had endured. Thousands of kids. Imagine sending your child home. Do we have to be black or white to send our kids to school? And, you're thinking that they're to be taught only to never see the kids again. Not even me, my neighbor. Not hearing their voices get off the bus, hearing the kids be loud, ready to throw their book packs on the floor and get their bikes out and ride and go play in the neighborhood, hopscotch, tag. Thousands of kids. Thank you, Adjusted. And only for people to come back and for the Pope to say, oh, I'm sorry. No. These people didn't have voices. For those that escaped are in their 90s. Finally telling a story that they was so scared and afraid to tell then. Being sexually assaulted. Cutting these people's hair off. Doing horrible things to these children. The survivor stories are immense. Real people with real life situations. Ms. Parker, Shank, and all content creators, thank y'all so much. With much respect to y'all. Thank you, Lateef. Thank you so much. Shout it out loud for the children. Because I said one day we might need a Shank Rock. One day we might need Mocha to cut somebody out. Trying to figure out where our loved ones is. Wanting answers. I need these content creators, each and every one of them. Because of the world we're living in, if they did that to these kids in Canada that we're going to talk about tonight, imagine what else is hidden. Imagine what else secrets like the CPS. Who are they? What is CPS, really? Because from these stories we've been covering, and hey, the title for it and everything they stand for, it doesn't add up. It doesn't match. We got to change these laws. Thanks, guys. Please hit that like button. Share this live. Love on y'all babies. And for those, it's okay not to be okay. It is. There's somebody out here that wants a baby. They just want to love them. What we can't do for them, that's all they want to do for them. Not say they better than us raising our kids. They just want to do what we couldn't do for our kids. And it's okay. But this unaliving and this being overlooked and, like China said, people want to speak out when the unaliving happens and say, yeah, I knew I ain't see her no more. And I knew that I did see her with bruises. Thank you, Lateef. Yeah, Pam. 800,000 children missing in America. How? That's the question. Is it the black children being done like the children in Canada? The secrets. Skeletons in the closet. Turning a blind eye. All of this matters. Just like Abel's blood cried out from the ground, you are all the voice of these men, women, and babies. Now, what's the percentage of them being missing by the parents' hands? Let's go, Crystal. It's mind-boggling and heartbreaking, absolutely, Sam. So y'all get out of here, do y'all research on the Native American people missing in Canada at that school. Because I'm going to break it down and I'm going to get into it. Because see, when we open the floodgates of this demonic entities that's running around, these demonic entities that's running around, you start to get answers. It starts to open up floodgates of other missing children. Yeah. Hey, Ladria. How you doing? Kings, you just name. I recognize a few quick. Okay, sister. It's okay. I'll see you guys back here at 7. Get yourself together. Go enjoy your day. Get your dinner started. And I will be back with y'all to break this down. And salute to the subscribers that bring interesting stories like this, because we do need to change the dynamic. But changing the dynamic means it's still some things that's the same in these stories. And it'll make you say, it's 800,000 kids missing. Why? How? And just with this story alone, you're going to know. You're welcome, Thankful. Shay, it's okay. Just hit the replay, sister. We're going to know how it's 800,000. Just like it's over 1,000 shallow graves of missing kids in Canada. How? How is it shallow graves? No names. Where are these people's children? Why was it done like this? Who is in control of making sure our kids are taken and never to be heard from? Because 800,000 kids in the statistics that we found that in Detroit alone with missing kids. There's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way one man has picked up 40,000 children. Over 40,000. Absolutely, Zilla. And I'm not doing this alone, Zilla. Y'all doing it too. Y'all voice is just as loud as mine. Y'all just not up here, but in that chat, it's definitely beating the hell out of the drum. I'll see you guys back in a couple hours. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go recruit. Appreciate you guys. And again, prayers to each and every one of y'all. Thanks for everybody that supported the channel. Let me see something I see. I hate leaving that here. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Ladria, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you, Ohio, to many freeways. Yeah, thanks for China coming up here, having the strength to break it down, and her emotions was everywhere and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna call and check on her, make sure she's good. Hey, Dominique. Hey, sister. Yeah, thank you, Pam. Yeah, y'all get out here and get refreshed, and I'll see you guys back at 7, okay? Thank you, okay?